Beautiful people, welcome to another very brief episode of the Hood Witch. I'm the Hood Witch. Today I want to guide you very quickly through a very simple recipe that my sister from another mother and another father, Galaxy, taught me. Indemnish Gallier, I miss you. When she was visiting Italy. It's a Tuscan recipe at its base, but of course I modified it to my taste preferences. So now it incorporates other elements of the people who live along the Mediterranean Sea and also my culture, Mexico. The ingredients that I'm using are anchovies, tomato paste over here, also a bunch of shallots, cherry tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, and I have a spice blend that I made up. Here I have chile tepin, chile pekin, harissa. I have also a little bit of chicken bouillon and parsley, which I would put at the very end. And then I saved a cup of the water that the pasta was cooked in because it has starch in it, so it'll thicken the sauce. So here we go. My cast iron should be lava hot now. And to this, I'm first gonna add the oil from the anchovies. These anchovies came in pure olive oil. And I probably should be wearing a shirt, but I'm not. This does get a little splashy, so again, this recipe goes very, very fast. So for that reason, I already had everything already prepared. It's also very delicious. For those of you that are intimidated by chopping onions, you could put on swim goggles or even like work goggles to protect your eyes from the fumes. And then ain't no thing, like you'll be able to chop a mountain of garlics that way. Anyways, so back to my recipe. Once the anchovies have fried a little bit, you're gonna add your tomato paste. If your anchovies get too dry too quickly, you could just add a little bit more olive oil or whatever oil that you prefer. I'm using sun-dried tomatoes, so I'm going to add the olive oil that they come in. And my pan is a little bit too hot because it's making a mess everywhere. But even though it's like really splashy, this recipe is totally worth it. Once the tomato paste has also dried down a little bit with anchovies, then you would add your shallots. I'm about a minute away from here. This is really hot. And so once that's done, you'll add your shallots. Total cook time for this is probably 15 minutes. I'm going for to save a little time, just for demonstration purposes. Just tell you how this will go. After you add your shallots and they caramelize, then you would add your grape tomatoes. Again, the original recipe doesn't call for any of this. The original recipe is just the anchovies, the tomato paste, the pasta, which I'm using Buccatini. Traditionally, Buccatini is used for this recipe, and then fresh parsley, and that's it. That's a little. It's very delicious. The way that the Tuscan recipe was intended, but of course, because I like really bold flavors, I added a bunch of other stuff which I like. But again, you could make it any way that you want. You know, I ain't your mama or your daddy, so do what you want to do. So once the caramelize, the onion, the shallots caramelize, you'll add the sun-dried tomatoes, like so. I'm not adding any salt to this because the anchovies are really salty, so that would be all the salt that I'll be using. And then, because I like my pasta to have a little bit more of a bite, I don't chop them down too finely. So now I'm gonna add my sun-dried tomatoes, my spice blend, a little bit of this pasta water, I'm not going to add all the pasta because doesn't look like it's gonna fit, but let's see. Or it might. And then you want to make sure that you add enough liquid. Buccatini essentially is a macaroni. It's between a macaroni and a spaghetti. The pasta itself has a hole through it, which is good for sauces. Like the sauce will get all the way in there and it'll be like really good. Anyways, once it's all done and I plate it, I finish it off with some shaved Romano and shaved Parmesan cheese. And I like to shave it because, again, I like more of a bite, but that's essentially the recipe. I'll upload, on the comment section, I'm going to add the ingredients, but there you have it. Buccatini. Enjoy. Bye.